rare public appearance by FBI Director James Comey and Mike Rogers, the director of the NSA, before the House Intelligence Committee, looking into Russia's role in the presidential election. Out of the gate, Comey publicly rebuked President Donald Trump's lying tweets earlier this month, accusing President Obama of wiretapping his phones during the 2016 campaign.
With respect to the president's tweets about alleged wiretapping directed at him by the prior administration, I have no information that supports those tweets. So no individual in the United States can direct electronic surveillance of anyone. It has to go through an application process, ask a judge. The judge can then make the order.
So President Obama could not unilaterally order a wiretap of anyone?
No president could.
Now, our British allies have called the president's suggestion that they wiretapped him for Obama nonsense and utterly ridiculous. Would you agree?
Yes, sir.
Comey also told the committee there are 2 ongoing investigations into Russia's involvement in the election, for the first time publicly revealing that the FBI is looking into whether there was collusion between Trump campaign officials and Russia.
The FBI, as part of our counterintelligence mission, is investigating the Russian government's efforts to interfere in the 2016 presidential election. And that includes investigating the nature of any links between individuals associated with the Trump campaign and the Russian government, and whether there was any coordination between the campaign and Russia's efforts.
The president live tweeted during the hearing, at one point accusing Democrats of lying about Russia's connection to him. Quote, the Democrats made up and pushed the Russian story as an excuse for running a terrible campaign. Was he not watching the same hearing? White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer, during a break in the actual hearing, pushed back, noting that Trump's wiretap accusations are still being looked at, and denying there was any campaign coordination with Russia.
Oh, Lord.
I think there's a difference between talking about an investigation into the 2016 election, which we all know, and any evidence of collusion. There is no evidence, according to the people that have been briefed, of any collusion or activity that leads them to believe that exists. I think that is an important point that gets overlooked over and over and over again.
What the hell is he talking about? Congressman Richmond, it was stunning to watch this yesterday and to still watch a White House lie repeatedly and in denial about what's going on.
Well, I think denial is probably the best description of it, but you have to just look at the position that Sean Spicer's in. Sometimes you just can't defend certain actions, and you just have to do the best you can with what you have. And I think that he's trying to do the best he can with 0 facts and still trying to maintain credibility with the American people in the press corps.
But he has
it's
none.
a difficult job. Well,
he has none, and the reality is this president virtually has no credibility because he clearly lied in the wiretaps. He's been rebuked, yet he still insists, oh, no, they're going to find some evidence.
Well, if you say something enough, you start to believe it yourself. And I think that the president obviously must believe it, or maybe he's up. Every day it's like playing whack-a-mole. We have a new issue that we have to defend, or we have to go rebuke. And what we should do is really still stay focused on Russia is a very real investigation, and we shouldn't get sidetracked into whether there's an investigation in wiretaps. We know there were no wiretaps on Trump or Trump Plaza. So I just think we have to stay focused and not chase him down his rabbit hole.
Right, no, this is very simple. Had Trump not sent those tweets a few Saturdays ago, yesterday would not have happened. It was him continuously lying about it that caused Senator Lindsey Graham and others to say, Comey has to come before us. This is a self-inflicted wound, and he looks like a fool by keep lying about it.
Yeah, it is self-inflicted, but again, Roland, I think we're all missing the point here. And
what the hell are we missing?
Okay, let me tell you what you're missing. I wrote in my column 2 weeks ago that what you see for one of the few times in the history of the U.S., a psych ops operation launched by Russia, a psychological operations campaign. While we're talking about all this crazy stuff, Russia is annexing Crimea. While we're talking about this
Stop. I gotta stop you right there. When you say while we are talking about it, what just happened yesterday was the FBI director and the NSA advisor saying a foreign power tried to disrupt and did disrupt the electoral process in this country. That is not something simple to overlook. That is not something simple.
Roland,
so when you say we're missing it, no, we're not missing anything.
Roland, when you release a psych ops campaign, what you do is destabilize a nation, and what we're doing is Russia has sowed enough seeds of doubt in our institutions, from political, religious,
and who
corporate.
do they do it with? Page.
It doesn't matter.
Hold up. Who they do it with? Page, Manafort, Roger Stone. Trump won't release his taxes. He won't say what his debt is. Trump lied by saying, I don't have any business dealings in Russia, when his own son said, I'm not done. I'm not done. His own son said millions are flowing into Trump organization from Russia. He is the one who's been lying. He is the one who's been in bed. He is the one who sit here and will not be honest with the American people. He is the one, no, I'm not done yet. He is the one who hired Michael Flynn. He is the one who took $34,000 from Russia. He is the one who was a foreign agent from Turkey. He is the one who met with the Russian ambassador. Trump said he did not meet with the Russian ambassador. The White House had to come back after being busted and admit, oh yeah, it did happen in April. Senator Jeff Sessions did not meet with Russia, yet he met with the Russian ambassador at the Republican National Convention. So how you gonna tell me
Roland, you are
on the wrong
Exhibit
thing?
A and exactly what I'm talking about. Because of folks like you in the media, you all are getting sidetracked on all this foolishness while Russia has successfully caused doubt in our institutions and is in the process of destabilizing our government.
And who did they use to do it?
The media.
President
like
Donald Trump.
Well, wait a minute.
Oh,
when Joe Wilson called President Obama a liar, that was undermining the office of the presidency.
No, that was
so
just
we don't have to stop. We don't have to start with Trump. We can go all the way back to Joe Wilson. We can go all the way back to Lindsey Graham. We can go all the way back to the 21st of January of 2005, when Republican leadership met and decided that they were going to oppose Barack Obama.
That has everything
to do with this.
Let's just get real. We have a basically a pathological liar in chief in the White House right now. And there are so many connections between him and the people around him and the Russian government that it is clearly obvious that we have a compromised head of state, someone who is doing the bidding.
There's no evidence to that.
Oh, yeah. Because you know what?
He is a delusional.
Roland, bring some intelligence people on here.
First of all, let me just say the reason why.
Right now, we have had intelligence people.
And
actually, you're wrong. Malcolm Nance has flat out everything you said.
He's a liberal Democrat. Stop. Hold on, stop. I love it when you say bring on intelligence people, and then I tell you we did. Then you say, oh, how he's all liberal. Here's the reality is this here. This president, every time, Congressman, every time something came up from Russia, this president would not say a critical word.
Absolutely.
Every single time. To this day, when Bill O'Reilly even asked him about him killing journalists and others, he goes, well, we've killed people. This president will protect Putin and Russia at every turn. That, to me, says it's a problem. You have the final word.
Well, I would just say that this president has a very strong history of going after his enemies. And you can start with mocking a disabled reporter all the way through his presidency. He will say what he feels, and he will go after anyone, except when it comes to Putin and when it comes to Russia. And that's why this Russia issue is a very real issue. But the president can put it to bed. We can get an independent prosecutor, special prosecutor, give him all the authority to go after. He can release his taxes. If he wants the credibility and he wants the American people to believe that there are no ties and there's no smoke where there's fire and flame. I mean, there's no fire where you actually see flames and smoke. Then let's be transparent. And I think that he owes it to the American people. I think he owes it to himself if he wants to have a productive presidency, but he has the ability to do it.
Or he can simply say, I screwed up. I apologize.
Oh,
but his
do that.
ego would never allow that to happen.
Never.
Congressman Richard, we appreciate it. Thanks a bunch.
Thank you.
A peaceful protest turned deadly. 37-year-old black man was shot and killed by Baton Rouge police. His hands are in the air, and you still get shot by the cops.
Oh my God, please don't tell me he's dead.
We're not going to let hate define us.
Race is a big part of this.
If truly all lives matter, then all lives need to matter equally.
What we require is action. What we require is accountability. We understand that black lives do matter, and we will keep focused on this issue.
NewsOne Now, every weekday morning at 7 on TV1.